We are live today with the Positivity Circle with Sangeeta, and we hope that you are all having an amazing Tuesday. And well, I'm just going to let everything kick right off and let Sangeeta introduce herself for folks who are not familiar with her.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to May Positivity Circle. Unfortunately, Kathy is not here yet, so it's just Cheryl and I. My name is Sangeeta Godbole. I have a YouTube channel, Tilted Planet by Sangeeta, and I do other activities, Positivity Circle being one of them. I started doing Positivity Circle coming out of COVID because I was struggling and I figured I am not alone in this. So I started in person positivity circles. And year after doing that, we started doing these online positivity circles. So that has been, I think this is this is 6 month we are completing, Cheryl. We started in December, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is
so
our 6 month of this.
this is our 6 months. And what I am liking about the online circles is that, they are totally different than in person circles. So,
Hmm.
just because here it's just Kathy, Cheryl, and I, we are the only ones who can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yet, what I find that's different in the online circle is that thankfully we have some of our friends in the audience. They are not shy about bringing in their problems, and then we are discussing those problems here and trying to find solutions or giving them suggestions as a group. And that I think is very important in my opinion, because positivity doesn't mean that we are going to ignore our problems. You know, if we need to have strength and support to feel empowered to tackle our problems, find solutions. Um, and if we do that, then, in my opinion, the positivity circle is bringing us together in a good way.
Exactly. Yes. And we kind of talked a little bit yesterday in Motivate Your Monday about I was encouraging everybody to come today because I think this is a great. We were talking about being kind to people and when we're traveling and things, how we always try to be kind to everyone, and and I think this is good to move on into here and see where we can help people where they're struggling and to find that bit of positivity in situations. So, has anybody brought anything that they would like to tell us about? Did you have a win? Something positive that happened in your life in the past week or even the past month that you would like to talk to people about or just tell everyone about? We're excited to hear about it.
Yeah.
Um, and I see that Ron's here and Susan is here, Linda's here, Summer's here, and Lydia's here. Hi, everybody. We are so glad that you are here and participating
Welcome.
in this.
Welcome.
And just let us know in the comments um, something positive that's happened to you in the
Yeah,
past month.
yeah. So we will invite the positive comments in the later part. Um, so I have started talking about sharing some thoughts. So the thoughts for today, we are in the spring, and if you have a garden, you have started some seeds. So I thought that today we can keep in mind the importance of sowing the seeds. And what I would like everyone to think about, whether physically or metaphorically, if you have sown seeds and sometimes even forgotten about them, and then a few months later, weeks later, or sometimes in real life, even years later, it you notice that, oh yeah, I did that years ago, and then something came out of that, sometimes out of the blue or sometimes slowly as you are watching. So can we have a focus on that today, to sowing the seeds?
I think that's an excellent focus to have today.
Let's see in the chat. Jules is saying, I'm visiting my son and son's family for the first time in 5 years. Wow,
That's
that that is a amazing thing. Did Jules, was it the pandemic also that kept you from seeing, or just some other circumstances?
And Jules also says that she transplanted about 50 plants today as well. Wow.
Nice.
And Carlene is here. It's good to see you, Carlene. We met Carlene when we were on the Holistic Holiday Cruise. It's good to see
Welcome,
her here.
Carlene. Yeah.
Monique is here.
So, something just happened today, right? So, just not even today, like just the last hour, which has completely changed my perspective. So, this is for the past few months when I have been uh, doing these sessions here, and we are trying to help our audience and our friends who are bringing up their problems. But something has just happened that I might need help, and that is that my home country just went to an all-out war.
Oh,
Um, so India has struck Pakistan, and wars are terrible. So it is as if I didn't have enough to worry about. Now I have to worry about that aspect
yeah, that's
in
hard.
life, and it is hard. Um, Either way, having a life in two different countries, and it's not ideal to be in America right now.
Yes, that is true.
And uh, now there is a war in my second home. So it's a difficult time, and yet, I think it's important to have positivity in life.
Hmm. And Linda says, sowing the seeds. I am much older than my younger sister. I was more of a mother figure, and now in my elder years, she is helping me clean, repair, and declutter my home.
Roles change.
Yeah, they do. They do. Sometimes I feel like my parents are the teenagers now, and I have to keep track of them. But, you know, I'm glad they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and Joel say, may we act to bring peace. So yes, on my YouTube channel, I have addressed this problem of the conflict with Pakistan over and over, and I have suggested that the countries should come together, reunite peacefully, instead of this conflict has lasted for 70 years, and I have been advocating for a peaceful reunification of the country, because in the reading that I have done, I've come to realize that the Hindu Muslim conflict in India was manufactured by the British to serve their own strategic military objectives. And then they created this land, carved out the land out of India called Pakistan. And we took those divisions we took those divisions much too seriously, and we started looking at each others as enemies. Whereas if I meet a person of Pakistani background, I won't know that. We love our culture, we have common culture, common language. I can talk to them. Sometimes I may not be able to talk to another Indian who doesn't know either Hindi or English, but I can talk to Pakistanis. We have the common language. But the powers to be, such as the America even and Britain, kept us divided because
Mhm.
they needed Pakistan for their military purposes.
Mhm.
And anyhow, so I didn't want to too much, but I have been sowing the seeds of peace. Let this be known. And
And
I follow so many Pakistani artists. I love them.
yeah.
Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab and many. And they likewise, they love our artists. They love our movies. So if the country was to come together, I don't see any problem in, in people. I don't think people will hate each other. I don't think they hate each other.
Yeah. I I can see that. Like usually when there's strife like that, it's because there's so many differences and people don't understand the differences between people. But if everything is so similar like that, it just seems like it
It
should
has
just.
been the interference from the empirical power
Mm,
that is what has kept us
mm,
apart. And I mean, the conflict has been going on for 70 years. It's not new.
yeah.
Now it's just expanded. That's all.
Now it's just kind of blown up into something else, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Susan Richardson says, "May the men who keep bringing war to precious humankind find their senses before innocent lives are lost senselessly. So very sad and heartbreaking that Earth has never experienced peace. Deep prayer."
It is. It is very unfortunate that we actually have the technology now that we don't need to fight over these things.
Mm.
We have enough resources to meet people's aspirations, meet people's necessities, but we don't find solutions to those in a peaceful manner.
And Summer points out that we all want to be happy and we all don't want to suffer, and that makes us all the same. And I think we've talked about that lots of times on here, how we're all just part of this planet and we all kind of have the same goals in mind. And you know, everything that one country does has some type of impact on somebody else somewhere on the whole other side of the earth. It
Yep.
everything is like dominoes and impacts everything. There's no way for it not to, because we're just all part of this human machine and we're all part of the human community. And so it's very sad to hear that today.
Yep. Let's hope that it will end quickly without many casualties.
Yeah.
And the peace process can begin, the dialogue can begin, diplomacy can begin.
Mhm. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, we are all going to be like sending those really good peaceful vibes that way to see, maybe into the heads of the people of the government and have
Yeah,
them cooler
yeah,
heads prevail.
and both countries have such poverty. I mean, they could use this energy in lifting their own population instead of
Yeah.
spending money in bombs,
Yeah.
dropping bombs on each other's lands. Instead of that, could we not use those resources to uplift people?
Yeah. Exactly. It's somebody told me once a long time ago that wars are started because they make money for people that are wealthy, and it makes them more money. And so it's just very sad when you think about all the people that the cost of these bombs and things that they buy like are in the billions of dollars. They could put that into food or irrigation or something to feed people, not blow them up.
Yeah, and I hope that when this all ends, it doesn't continue the simmering conflict that we've been having and the enmity between the countries. I hope that it all ends in a peaceful um, way, that in a lasting peace.
Mm,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, okay, that we have many comments here.
Yeah. Let's see. And Lydia was saying, I believe that a lot of the times it's the governments that cause divisions, which, yeah. And Jules was saying that NVC is giving me insight and processes to act on behalf of love and peace. And she also states that people can be seduced by money and power. And it's true. We see it every day here in this
Of
country,
course.
right? Like every day we hear something else. Somebody's getting paid for that. And Carlene says, I may be wrong, but I think there would be fewer wars if more women were in charge of countries. And
Hmm.
I have to agree with that. I do think that women tend to think more outside the box about things as far as solutions and things like that. Like their first go to isn't, well, he made me mad, so I'm going to go punch him in the face, right? Women tend to try to think of a diplomatic way to solve conflict before it turns into fisticuffs, right? So I kind of agree with that. I think it would
I
be.
hope you are right, because women do need to take bigger and bigger roles
Mm-hmm.
in the society in general, not just
Oh, exactly.
in the position of power.
Yeah. And Lydia says, healthy eating for a happier life, 100%.
100%.
Yep,
And sowing
absolutely.
seeds there too, because
Yep,
you can't have violence on your plate and then expect peace. You turn around and then you want peace.
yep.
Um,
That
that's
makes sense.
absolutely true.
Makes big sense. Yeah. Mm.
All right. Can we? Okay. Sharing, fairness, justice. So, can we have 2 minutes of silence now? And please keep thinking about more examples of the seeds you might have sown and that something came out of that. We will want Right. Thank you, Cheryl, for bringing that. Um, Cheryl, if you don't mind, could you now bring up that image of the earth? There it is. Um, okay. So here is our image to get a perspective to remind ourselves that we are the voyagers of an unknown journey on our spaceship Earth. It is a journey from one unknown to another. Nothing stays the same, not even the stars or the galaxies. The journey is not easy. It comes with struggles and hardships. The only way to get through this is to hold each other's hand. Let us whisper words of courage and kindness. Let us sing the songs of love. Let us bring together. Let us be let us be together in this circle. Let us take a let us share our thoughts on positivity and sowing seeds. All right. So Earth is here. Yeah. Um, okay, Cheryl, would you want to go first?
Sure. Um, I'm not. I can't give you any of my usual like example stories today, because we have just been so hunkered down in the house and working and things. But I can tell you that I am grateful for having my health and the ability to do all the things that I've been doing over the past 6 months. And, I see sometimes people my age that have lots of physical ailments and things. And I've just been thinking about lately, I complain about having a cold or a sniffle here and there, but I realize how incredibly lucky I am that I have my strength and the ability to walk and go upstairs and do things. And I see a lot of people who are my age or younger that don't have that ability anymore. And so I'm just very grateful, um, that I have that in my life.
That's
It also
awesome.
gives me the ability to help other people.
Yep, that's right. That's great. That's a here is to your health, continued health, and may you enjoy more travels, more good
Mm,
health.
thank you.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Yes, Jules, we all deserve nurturing when we are sick, and you sound very grateful.
I
Yes,
am.
yeah. I will share a story uh, of sowing seeds. So I have a pollinator garden. In that, I have some of the milkweed that the monarch butterflies use to lay their eggs on, and I wanted to get that spread around me. There is a trail in our neighborhood that goes by a creek, and there is a lot of shrubbery over there. So I have been trying to establish that milkweed over there for the past few years without any success. So last year, what I did was I created a sapling in my garden, and I took it over to the on the trail, and I planted it there. Now, anything can happen. The city comes and mows. Anything can happen. So this year, when the milkweed woke up in my garden back in April, I had been checking on the trail to see if it survived, and I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything, and somehow yesterday I was walking on the trail and I saw like a good 1 foot of the growth, and it also has buds on it. So
Oh, nice.
just as I was giving up hope, there it was.
Yep. Yep. And Jules is asking, what do you want to share? And so you can share anything really, a story about sowing seeds, maybe something that you did, like the story that Sangeeta just told us. You can, you know, talk about something really positive that's happened to you recently that you would like to share. And if you're shy, um, you can, as Sangeeta usually says, just write it down on a piece of paper so you have it for yourself.
Yeah, if you have a story that you couldn't share, write it down on a piece of paper. It helps. Also, if you have any intention that you want something to happen, you can write that down, or you can share if you feel comfortable sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Sprouting seeds for food. Monique, please tell us more.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
What seeds do you sprout? Jewel
And
says, I have six first time in my garden this year. What are those?
six what?
Six of what?
And Jules says, here is are all that I have sown in the last few years. I am sowing seeds, actually, for a great bountiful garden this year. And I am sowing seeds of empathizing with my needs, wants, and beliefs. That's
That's so
excellent.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Monique, I think Jules is asking, are you sprouting them like in a jar, like sprouts kind of things? And Jules was saying she has 6 milkweeds in her garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Jewel, what color flowers do you get on your milkweed?
and Monique is saying she is sprouting broccoli, alfalfa, lentils, radish, and more. Nice.
Wow, I have not sprouted those seeds in particular. I regularly sprout mung beans and other lentils and beans.
Mm,
That's a regular in my kitchen. I sprout and ferment
mm.
different things. Just yesterday, I made a fermented batter for making dosas.
Ooh, my favorite. I always like it when I see her making dosa batter because I'm like, ooh, we having dosas all the next few days
Yes.
because you can't let it go to waste.
No, no, it's too precious. And I also shared it with my neighbor.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she was showing interest in Indian food, so um,
Awesome.
I started sharing my recipes with her. Okay, let's
Summer
see.
says I'm growing herbs in pots this year and they look so healthy right now. Basil, dill, spearmint, and catnip for my cat. Oh, I bet your cat enjoys that. I don't think these two even like know what catnip is. They they like licky licky treats from these little tube things that the doctor office got them on. You squeeze it and a little bit comes out. It's like looks like yogurt for cats or something, and they just lick it off. They go crazy for that stuff. Carlene says, I just started as a volunteer mentor for Plant Powered Metro New York's Jumpstart program last Thursday, and I have 8 mentees. I'm not really sowing seeds, but I am giving them a little water and sunshine. That's
Oh,
excellent.
wow,
Very
wow.
nice. Very
Eight
nice.
is a very good number.
That is.
Congratulations.
Jules says, I had 2 last year. I think they are swamp milk seeds, so I believe they are white to pink. I forget the color of milkweed.
Yeah, so the ones that are the host plant, um, that they lay eggs on, they have the orangish flowers, which makes sense because it's their own color, the color of the butterfly. So when they come out, or the caterpillar also has the same, like, um, they kind of camouflage, um, with the flowers and with the leaves. So they have like the stripes and green and orangish or yellowish stripes on them. So uh, so
They just
that
blend in, kind of,
they
yeah?
just blend in, yeah.
Cool.
But if any other color flower, that's their food. That's the food of the butterflies. So even though they lay egg on only one kind of milkweed, they feed from all others.
Oh, that's nice. So Susan says, I am sowing seeds of wisdom to my daughters about menopause. I want them to understand this little talked about cycle of female life that is life changing mentally, emotionally, and physically. And it's true. It does change things tremendously.
Yep.
And Monique says, I love Indian food. I have not yet, I think she said, I have not tried dosas yet. Oh, dosas are lovely. Like, I call them little Indian crepes. They are just like
They
this
are crepes.
potato filling. I love them when they have the potato filling. It's just, oh, so nice.
Yeah. Something I learned traveling in South India is that they don't always have potato in it. They
Oh,
can have
really?
any other vegetable in it.
Huh. Now,
And
I've
it's
had
in
an
the restaurant.
avocado one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, avocado wasn't in India when I was growing up. Now it is being grown there,
Mm,
but in the restaurant they always serve you with this potato stuffing. Um, but the natives don't always eat it like that.
mm. Yeah, Monique was saying, I've cooked lots of yummy Indian food, but I have not tried dosas yet. And then they are worth trying. And if you go to an Indian restaurant, it needs to be South Indian restaurant, I believe, is where those would be more prominent. We
Yeah,
have several of those here. So we're
we're
very
lucky.
lucky, the area
Yeah,
that we live in. We have lots and lots of places that we can get yummy food.
yeah.
And Jules says, I took a course called Blood Mysteries, which covers all women's cycles and power. That's
Hmm,
interesting. Yeah.
that's interesting. Where is that course? Is it online or?
Mm. There's actually a coaching certification that I signed up for. I haven't had time yet to do all my studies and stuff to be able to take my tests. And there's a big, thick book that comes with it, like this big. And it's actually for helping people with menopause, and just kind of helping them get through that easily, and maybe with a little less strife in their life. So I'm excited to do that. I just have not had the time yet. And let's see, Angela is here from Boomer and Beyond Wellness.
Hi,
She
Angela.
says, cheers to all. Unable to chat, she's lifting weights. Wishes us all a lovely evening, and that Sangeeta is wonderfully inspiring. Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you.
That is why we like to have her here, because
Thank
she
you.
inspires us. Let's see. And Jules says, I got Broccoli Mom's Indian recipe books. We've got one of those. Pretty good.
I do not have that book. I need to ask Dilip because he collects a lot of books that I am not always aware of.
He might actually have that one because
He might actually.
it was pretty popular. And JJ is here, Vegan Knowledge JJ. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, JJ.
And Monique was saying, I have a Indian cookbook too. It's exceptional recipes with no oil. And that's why I bet you Dilip has that.
Yeah, and I have made on my channel, I have a few episodes of Whole Foods plant based Indian cooking. So, in which I generally I show some recipes, but those are just an example.
Mm-hmm.
But the goal was to like kind of show the technique as such, how to cook without oil and yet make it tasty.
Mm. And a lot of recipes, if I understand correctly, with Indian recipes, families have their own recipes of things.
Of course, yeah,
So each family maybe tastes their stuff may taste slightly different than somebody else's. They have their own like combination of spice blends and things that they do and stuff like that.
absolutely. They're family
Oh,
secrets.
yeah.
Secret recipe.
Well, you
Yeah,
know
let
Kathy loves that stuff, so it just
yeah,
she always shows me how she doesn't need oil to make the aroma come out for the Indian food. She just, puts it in the pan and just kind of toasts things and you get that amazing aroma comes up and everything without having all that oil in it. It's amazing.
yeah. So I'm going to post links. Oh, I can't post links from here, right?
Uh, let me see. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I can't add a comment, but I will.
No.
I will send it to you in the guest chat.
Yeah, and
Could
I can put
you?
it in the show notes actually.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so then it'll be in the show notes and everybody will see that. So you can just send them to me, text,
Yeah,
whatever you want to do.
I have three of them.
Awesome. Cool. And Monique said she's going to check that out. And Jules
Great.
says, I just need to make some chapatis with no oil, those sweet potato ones.
Oh, those?
Those sound good.
Yeah, I've been planning to make a video about that.
That would be great.
Yeah, now I have figured out how to make soft chapatis without any oil
Nice.
and whole food, like without using all wheat flour.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
So hopefully I can I'll try to make a video about that.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah,
Does
that took
anybody else?
me.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was just saying it took me a while to figure it out because the way my mom taught me was to use ghee,
Uh huh.
and that keeps it soft. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but now I figured out.
So ghee is like butter, right?
Yeah, it's clarified butter. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Jules says, I hope to start Planet Fitness this month. I need to start lifting. Nice.
Nice.
And she
Good
can't
luck.
wait.
All the best with that. Let us know how it goes next time.
Yeah. I really need to be doing that too, but I'm just like, oh, I have this like, I don't know, mental block about doing the weightlifting stuff. I need to just get over it. I'm always afraid that I'm going to do the wrong like posture and I'm going to hurt myself. So, and I know the things that I would be doing are so simple that there's probably no way that I would be able to hurt myself, but still, it's always in the back of my head, oh, what if I turn the wrong way and I hurt my back or. So I get nervous about it. I just need to put on my big girl pants and just go do it.
Oh, I just see that my camera battery is going low.
Okay.
If I go dark, I will come back with my
Okay.
laptop camera.
And Jules is saying, I guess we could use our homemade nut yogurt in the chapati recipe.
Yes, it's not the same. I mean, if you can create something like a ghee, let me know. I would like to know how to make it.
Cool. All right. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to share? Any positive things that have happened to them in their life? Any positive things you would like to just say to the group?
Or to yourself. Monique says, I'm trying to get back into rebounding. I'm lifting weights tonight. They are little zeros.
Little sushi rolls. That's awesome. Yeah,
Oh
Jules.
my.
I have also. We lost Sangeeta for a minute, but she'll be right back. And I have heard all those like horror stories about people with trainers trying to push them too much. And yeah, if I start anything that I do on a seriously regular basis, once we're not traveling as much, I will definitely be looking to Angela from Boomer and Beyond Wellness to help me, because she will take into consideration all my weird ouchies that we need to consider and things we need to consider before I can do stuff. So, and that is one of the great things about Angela. You guys need to go to her, the Boomer and Beyond Wellness site, because she is excellent with knowing what you can and can't do when you have certain ailments. So, and she is excellent at that. And Monique's getting back into rebounding. Susan started Planet Fitness. It's been wonderful. She takes the fitness classes offered for free, and it's a total life changer. That's amazing. That's so good. And that's a great positive thing, because that also, your excitement about it, you knowing that it's changed your life, is going to like impact somebody else, because they're going to be like, oh my God, that changed Susan's life. Maybe it can change mine too. That's a great thing to share. It's great. Let's see. Monique says, I have closing angles in my eyes and got laser surgery, and it worked awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. And I'm assuming
That's
now that you don't
amazing.
have to have glasses or anything. That's great. And JJ is saying, yes, she is the best, Angela from Boomer and Beyond. And Jules says, one of the things I'm learning with nonviolent communication is to only do what I feel comfortable with. It's very hard not to let others have power over me. That's a great thing to be able to say out loud, because I feel like that's one of the things, when you say it out loud, it takes that power away from it, because now you've said it out loud and you said it's hard for me, for others to have, not to have power over me. But now it's at the top of your brain, right? And now you've said it out loud and you've taken power away from them by saying it out loud. And I think that's
And by
excellent.
and by sharing here, you have inspired us to do that as well.
Exactly. And JJ said, Angela totally helped Dawn when she had a knee injury. She is one of the only coaches that takes all of the considerations you have into the way her workouts are, and it's cool. And she's on YouTube. You can see her on YouTube. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, it looks
Great.
like we're about it.
Well, thanks everyone for sharing your positive experiences and thoughts about good things and sowing the seeds. Let's not stop sowing the seeds.
Exactly.
Now, what might happen is after we hang up, you will think of many other things that because we have started that swirl in our brain of
Mm.
positive thought of when we have done something years ago. So, so today oh, somebody's saying something. Um, Monique said closing angles causes pressure in the eyes. The ophthalmologist drills a hole on the outside portion of each iris so the fluid can keep drawing even if the angles close completely.
Oh
Wow.
wow, that's
Look at
like
the technology we have.
woo. Yes, like so
Thank-
specific. Like they've got to be so specific with that, right?
yes.
Like teeny tiny little laser. That's wild.
And Kathy said, I built up my arm muscles slowly. Started with 5 to 10 push ups a day. Wow. When that was easy, I went up 5. I am at 30 per day.
Excellent.
That's amazing. Sometimes 2 sets. And wow.
That's funny. They talk about your guns. That's awesome. And
Great.
Monique said you do still need to wear glasses if you were wearing glasses after the surgery, but still that is like way technical surgery, like amazing that you had that done. And it's got to
Yeah.
be so relieving.
Yeah. And so if the fluid drains, then you don't feel that pressure and pain.
Mm.
That's amazing. Okay. So when we talk about sowing the seeds, it inherently it teaches us to have a lot of patience, right? Because nothing's gonna happen in a day, sometimes in a few weeks, sometimes in a few months or even years. So sowing seeds is so important. And then just that act of sowing seeds, if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But what will disappoint you if you expect a very specific result? When you sow seeds, you are going to reap what you sow. That we can see, like what has been sown in the India Pakistan relationship is violence. And unfortunately, that's what we are reaping right now. But when you sow good things, if if we expect a specific result at a specific time, we are going to get disappointed and frustrated.
Hmm.
So you sow something, and sometimes you plant a tree and you never eat a fruit, but your grandchildren will.
Hmm.
And that's just as important. So, not having that expectation or having a little bit of a detachment with that is a healthy thing. And so, with that, I'm going to end with a verse from Gita, Bhagavad Gita, that talks about doing your karma, which is sowing seeds, without expecting a specific fruit at a specific time or without having an expectation. So, this is how it goes. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूर्मा ते संगोऽस्त्वकर्मणि. It means exactly what I said, that do your duty, do your dharma, your karma without expectations. You know why? Lot of times, what you could get back in return could be much more than what you could have hoped for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you, Star. Have a blessed week, everyone. Monique says. So, see you next time. Hopefully, you can join again. It will be on. Cheryl, when is our next on the
The
calendar? Do you
next
know?
one, let me look the calendar.
Think June 1st or 2nd, June 3rd, I think.
I think it's the first week of June. Is it the 3rd? June 3rd. Tuesday, June
June 3rd.
3rd.
June 3rd. Thanks, everyone. Be well. And please keep thinking about peace, not just in India, Pakistan, Ukraine, even in America, and not start any new wars anywhere.
Exactly.
Love
Let
you all.
Thank you everyone for coming, and we will see you next month on the 3rd.